Today, you are going to learn how to hit diamond with almost no effort. Welcome to the channel. I'm Eric from VALORANT Guides. I hope you all are having a great day so far. Today, I want to share with you a personal story from when I went from bronze to diamond in just a month, just so you have a better idea of where the tips I'm about to give you are coming from. But if you're not interested, you can just skip right to the tips at this timestamp. So it's a couple months into 2020, I'm about to graduate college, I'm chilling on my apartment couch, wondering what I should do for the rest of my life since, COVID's setting the world on fire. My roommate came up to me and asked, "Hey, did you hear about Project A?" And I said, "No, what's that?" "It's Riot's new tac shooter." "Tac shooter? You mean like CSGO?" "Yeah, but it's like if CSGO and Overwatch had hot, steamy sex." "Wait, Riot's entering the porn industry?" "No, I mean it's like they had a baby, taking the best of both games and putting it together type beat." This was around the time Riot officially revealed details of their new tac shooter, codenamed Project A, soon to be VALORANT. We pulled up YouTube on our living room TV and then we started watching through some gameplay previews. And the gameplay looked beautiful and super fun. But what separated VALORANT from other tac shooters were the bold promises Riot made. We're gonna get 128 tick servers. They were going to eliminate Peeker's advantage. They created a new anti-cheat system called Vanguard that was going to metaphorically castrate all cheaters. On top of that, VALORANT was supposed to run really well on low-end PCs, as expected from the company that made League of Legends, the game that can literally run on a toaster. Now this was huge for me because back then I used to play on a laptop, an HP Spectre X360. It's a really nice, super sleek, lightweight laptop. Not so good for gaming though. But a few years ago, my friend bought me an external graphics card, which basically let me play games at 60 FPS instead of 20. So my setup was a little bit scuffed. I would have my laptop and it would connect to my external GPU, which would then connect to my monitor. So my external GPU was like the middleman between my laptop and my monitor. And then I would have my mouse and keyboard both also connected to my laptop. I think my scuffed setup has to do with growing up in an Asian household. For my entire life, my parents have always told me that games were a waste of time. And they were right. Games won't make you money, it won't put food on the table, and personally for me, games were a way to escape the seamlessly endless work that I had and the high expectations of an Asian household. It was a guilty hobby, a rebellious hobby perhaps, but nothing more than that. So I was proud to say that I've never spent any money on games or buying any fancy peripherals. Like, no joke, I've played League for like 10 plus years and I've not spent a single penny on skins. Anyway, so the agent teasers and trailers got me and my friends super hyped. We even started playing CSGO to prepare for VALORANT because, you want to kick ass when the beta finally comes out. Fast forward a few weeks, the VALORANT beta came out. My friends and I were super lucky and we got our beta keys really early on, and then we hopped straight into the game and started playing it. And oh my god, we had a blast playing VALORANT. It was so incredibly fun and it just felt like a breath of fresh air. And like any competitive game, I wanted to get better. I wanted to learn, I wanted to improve. One, because I love the game, and two, because I was surrounded by really talented friends who would, consistently top frag or second frag every single game, and they're making these like super cool plays, and I wanted to do that too. So I started doing something that I rarely did prior to VALORANT. I started watching Twitch streams. I would watch a ton of like Hiko, Asu, Shroud, Tens, just to name a few. Fast forward some time, Ranked finally came out and I got placed in bronze. But I didn't care. It's like the saying, it's not about where you start, it's about where you end. I saw this as the start of a journey, and I was excited to play and to improve. Plus, I wanted to game as much as I could before I moved back into my parents' place. So I completely immersed myself in VALORANT. Like, here's my daily routine. I would first wake up, grab some food, and watch a couple of hours of Twitch streams. Then I'd aim train for about 30 minutes to an hour, and then I'd spend the rest of the afternoon playing VALORANT with my friends. And then we'd take a break, grab some food, then I'd watch a few more hours of Twitch streams, and then my friends and I would hop back on VALORANT and then play for the rest of the night. After we all got off, I'd watch a couple more hours of Twitch streams, and then I'd head to bed and dream about VALORANT. And then I'd wake up and the process would repeat. So basically every waking moment, I was either playing VALORANT with friends, watching VALORANT content on Twitch or YouTube, or thinking about VALORANT. It was amazing. That explains why I'm single, huh? And I kept doing that routine every single day, and slowly but surely, I started to climb from bronze to silver to gold to plat, and it felt really good seeing that improvement. But one day, my monitor stopped working. It started off with my monitor black screening even though one, my monitor was on, and two, my laptop was still working. After some troubleshooting, I eventually found out that Vanguard was blocking my external GPU. And remember, my external GPU is like the middleman between my laptop and my monitor. You cut them out, obviously the monitor wouldn't work. So I tried Googling a solution, I combed through Reddit, I consulted YouTube, I even resorted to looking through some really sketchy forums. But in the end, I couldn't find a solution. It seems like the consensus was if the Vanguard god didn't like my external GPU, then I would never be able to use it. Of course, I sent Riot a support ticket, but they never got back to me. I was furious and I was upset. This is because without my external GPU, my laptop literally runs Valorant at like sub 20 FPS. It's more like watching a slideshow than actually playing a game. So either I disable Vanguard, which means I wouldn't be able to play Valorant, just so I can use my external GPU and monitor, or I don't use my external GPU and instead play Valorant Picture Book Edition. When my situation sunk in, I realized that this means I probably will never be able to play Valorant again. And that thought hit me like a truck. Like a game that I've basically immersed my entire life in for the past month has just been taken away from me. I was at a loss of what to do. Everything felt dull and nothing really felt as exciting as Valorant was. So I was sulking in my room, my roommate came in, he listened to me mope for a couple of minutes. Okay, it was probably more like 10-15 minutes. And then he joked that all I had to do was build a new PC, forehead. And I brushed it off because like, why would you spend over $1,000 on a PC just for a video game? Like, do you know how many McDonald's cheeseburgers I could buy with that money? Especially since I had a perfectly good laptop already and that laptop was not cheap. But later that night, I was laying in my bed and I thought about it again. I mean, I just went through the 5 stages of grief over a fucking video game. So what better time than now to dig deep and examine my current beliefs? I had to ask myself a lot of tough questions. Why was I hesitant to buy a new PC? Why was I feeling so depressed over a video game? What role did video games play in my life? And what do I want to do for the rest of my life? Like, I just graduated college. Are my current priorities really my priorities? And I realized that what I've been told by my parents, like how games are a waste of time, was responsible for that hesitation. And I had to come to terms with the fact that at this moment, Valorant was more than a hobby, it was a passion. And looking back at the role video games play in my life, I realized that, video games were more than just a hobby, but for me it was a teacher. I've learned so many lessons from video games that I apply every single day in my life. And video games were also a platform for new and novel experiences. And I've created so many fun memories just from playing games with friends. And I've realized I spent so much time and energy on school and my career that I've basically neglected investing in my hobbies. This is when I had the epiphany that games were not a waste of time and that it's completely okay to invest in your hobbies without feeling guilty. I think it's about adjusting your relationship with your hobbies so that you're fully enjoying your games while at the same time you're not neglecting any IRL priorities. It's when you find that perfect balance where you're rewarded with the best of both worlds. Nowadays, I don't spend nearly as much time on Valorant as I used to, but I think I'm doing a better job of balancing my priorities while fully enjoying my hobbies. So the next morning, since I had just achieved enlightenment, I bought the parts for a new gaming PC, I got to play Valorant again, and I hit Diamond a few days before the beta ended. Honestly, I was a little bit hesitant telling this story. I wasn't sure if this was something that you guys were interested in listening to. So let me know in the comments below if you can relate to the story. I want to hear about your experiences or any thoughts that you have. So throughout that 1 month, I went from bronze to diamond. And I have a 3-step process that I did to achieve that. And no, don't worry, dropping 1.5K on a gaming PC is not one of those steps. And for the skeptics out there that are wondering, when Valorant officially came out, I re-hit Diamond again in Act 1, and I've been Diamond Plus since then. Just know that what I learned during that time to hit Diamond stuck around. And I want to share with you how I did that. These are the 3 steps that I personally used to go from bronze to diamond in just 1 month. Step 1, make sure you're truly passionate about the game and genuinely want to improve. There is no shame in wanting to play Valorant casually. You don't have to climb to enjoy the game. If you don't like the game but you're forcing yourself to climb, then you are not going to enjoy the journey. And worst of all, if you do eventually hit your rank goal after all those torturous hours of grinding, you're not going to feel satisfied or fulfilled with the result since you didn't care about it in the first place. Your passion for the game and your genuine desire to improve is what's going to gonna fuel you throughout your journey. This is how I was able to immerse myself in Valorant for like 15 plus hours a day during my climb without burning out. Disclaimer, you do not need to play 15 plus hours a day to climb. Just a couple of games a day is enough. Definitely don't neglect your real life priorities just to climb a little bit faster. Step 2, cultivate an adventure mindset. Approach climbing like an adventure. Adventures are challenging and exciting. The thrill comes from exploring the unknown and the roller coaster of emotions you're gonna feel along the way. Treat your rank climb like an adventure. There's no guarantees you'll win. There's no guarantees you'll even play well, but that's what an adventure is about, right? Get excited, embrace the uncertainty, chase the highs while knowing that the lows will help you grow as a person and as a player. Like, be proud when you carry a game or go on a win streak, and treat the losses or a bad game as a challenge. Every loss or misplay is an opportunity for you to grow as a player. Your mindset is what will either hold you back or propel you forward. And if you prefer the latter, cultivate an adventure mindset. Step 3, put in the time and the effort. This is self-explanatory. I didn't go from bronze to diamond in a month without putting in the time and the effort. I immersed myself in Valorant and constantly looked for ways to improve my own gameplay. Aim training, VOD reviewing, watching streams, reading guides, deathmatch, grinding comp games, living in the practice range. I also made sure I got enough sleep and stuck to a relatively healthy diet. It was a lot of work. Thinking back, I can't even imagine that I was able to put that much time and effort into Valorant. But here's the catch. It didn't feel like work. When you have a genuine passion for the game and a desire to improve, paired with an adventure mindset to help you get through the lows, the insane amount of work that you have to put in becomes almost effortless. I have an announcement. I finally created a Sovereign Guides Discord. Yay! I want this to be a closely knit community full of wholesome, positive, chill people who are looking to improve their gameplay and help elevate others. The link is in the description below. Come join the Discord and chat with me. I literally just made a Discord like yesterday, so if you join now, you'll be one of the OGs. Unless you're an asshole or a prick. Then don't come. I'd feel really bad if I had to ban someone on day one, you know? Actually, I hate to ban anyone at all. It's just not a good feeling, you know? Be sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Have a fabulous rest of your day.